Well, I think we've just about covered everything except this little shed behind us with all of the cute decorations on it. We've got this nice little place where we can sit down and rest from our little garden tour. So tell me about the shed behind us.
Okay, well, we are on the Tiffin River, which is great because I've got a riverbank to dispose of garden things, which some folks in town have to be mindful of where they're going to take their garden debris. But the riverbank also brings us all kinds of little critters too. But this was put in, I'm going to say quite a long time ago, and the shed has a name. Everything's got a name.
Of course.
And his name is Poopy Caucus.
Poopy Caucus.
So that came from a movie, and that's his name. And my husband put in an area of it that he took the old vents from an old house that was torn down, and he put these beautiful wrought iron vents and made kind of a little area for me to have as a potting nook. And put this over top, and I had these visions that I would have this lovely green vine growing. I got to tell you, folks, it took about 10 years to get something to grow here. I thought, oh, grapes would be lovely. They'll hang in bunches. Grapes went, no, don't like it here. So I planted this trumpet vine, and someone said, oh, you'll be sorry. And I said, well, I can't get it to grow. And for 9.5 years, I swear, it just sat there and looked at me. And then one day it was this. I came out and I went, oh my, and it's now trying to take over, And I said, wait to meet the miscanthus grass if you think you're tough.
Yeah.
But I love the vine. And if you're going to have an invasive, the word invasive doesn't bother me. Yeah. If you're going to have an invasive something, give it somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Give it something to do. And then we have rules, and his rule is right here, baby. This is where you stay. And so the potting shed, even though I have my greenhouse, you still need a place wherever you find it to put your pots. Yeah. Because you change things up. Different pots, different years. I have whimsical things I put in the garden. I'll put everything out. Things change from time to time. Yeah. So I really enjoy the fact that you can take your garden and personalize it, and each year you're drawn to something. One of my things that I'm drawn to this year is geraniums. I just really enjoyed the colors of geraniums. I encourage people to go to your local places. It's nice to buy in the big stores. I do that too, but make sure you take care of your local gardeners. Yeah. And in our case, like Kircher's Flowers or April's Greenhouse over in Bryan or Straight Gate in Hicksville.
Yeah. They've become one of my hot spots.
Oh my gosh. If you go to big gardens like that, you need to go with a vehicle that has lots of room.
Yes. We make numerous trips to Straight Gate in the summer.
We do too. Oh, good. You're one of me. Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 trips in, and then my husband says I am not driving there anymore. Silly man. Of course you'll go.
I like April's too.
Yeah, a lot of things you get, you can get fairly inexpensive. I think it's just that this is such therapy. Yeah. I'm a veterans advocate. I advocate for armed forces veterans. And sometimes, some days, every call is a problem. Every call is something that must be solved, or you deal with a lot of suffering, a lot of pain, some grief. And because of that, when I come home, this is the best therapist in the world. Yeah. And every dime I spend here is when I don't spend on a psychiatrist. So I enjoy it, and I love having you do need a place to put your stuff, wherever that is, wherever you find it. You're going to collect things, and every once in a while you're going to try to go through them, and the minute you start to go, I'm going to clean this out, you're going to go, I should plant something in this.
Right. Yeah, I don't throw things away until they're in such bad shape that you can't really do anything with them anymore. And then sometimes I use the pieces parts for something.
Yes, there are people that have taken things and done mosaics that are beautiful. Yeah. I mean, there's so much out there, and there's so many ideas. I had, like many people, I get out on Facebook and look at things, and one thing I do see is sometimes gardeners criticizing other gardeners, and that bothers me. Don't do that. Every gardener's got their way of doing things. Leave them alone. That's right. Yeah. And let them do what they want to do. And I see beauty in thistles.
Oh, I do too. I've got several thistles in my garden.
I love them. As we're sitting here in front of us is lemon balm. Lemon balm is an herb that believes that it is like Napoleon. It's just going to conquer the universe. And he apparently doesn't know that that's a hosta, so he's adopted it. But something like that makes wonderful tea.
Yeah.
You know, you can get great books out there. You have the internet to look at. You know, when I started gardening, it was all books.
Yeah.
You know, and you can make teas, you can make salves, you can have fun with it. Or sometimes people have said to me, well, what do you do with your herbs? And I go, I look at them. Are you supposed to do it? But for other people, it's lotions and soaps. You know, but
and teas and
tea, and I love the farmers markets.
Oh, I do too.
I like to go to farmers market and wander around with my straw hat, my wicker basket, and just to be a part of other people creating things.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of little bugs out here that use this garden. And I have appealed to the advice is I don't clean my garden up in the fall.
I don't either.
I let it just lay. And you know, it needs a little cleanup in the spring maybe, but really not so much.
No.
It grows back up. You know, but I don't, now some people need to do that, and that's perfectly fine. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You know. But
and those bugs, those are food for the birds.
Yep. Yep.
And
we have a lot of birds.
Yeah.
I take it
I've been hearing them.
You're a birder because
yes.
The birds talk to me, but I don't know what their names are. And you knew their names.
Yeah, some of them.
And they like it here. Butterflies like it here.
That's Carolina wren.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
But you know, so I do have that. And the other part, you know, like losing, you know, pathways. I have lots of pathways. I like pathways in the garden.
Do too.
I like to journey.
Yeah.
You know, and I love there's the moon gates, which are the round gates, you know, that calls me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I need one of those. Yeah, let's break it to my husband later.
Okay.
You know. The greenhouse nearly did him in, so.
Give him a year to recuperate. That'll be next year's project.
That's right. That's right. You know, people will give you advice, and don't feel bad. A coworker just had a mishap with planting a pot of flowers, and things went drastically wrong. But she learned, and she'll do it differently next time.
Yeah.
And it was about the drainage.
Yeah.
You know, and getting proper drainage. But you know that I said, don't feel bad, and that it'll happen. And you'll say, okay, I'm not. And every gardener has what they use in their garden and what they won't use.
Yeah.
You know, and
everybody's different.
And everybody's have you ever seen a garden supply? There's a zillion things on the internet, a zillion more. What does that tell you? There's a zillion of us out there buying it.
That's right.
And it's all different.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I so appreciate, and I hope that for folks that you know that many people really enjoy you coming to the garden. Never comment on the work, always on the beauty.
Yeah.
You know, and see it for more than work, because it is. And in my particular garden, I encourage, and the reason I have setting places, I encourage people to come out. I want others to feel free to come and write a poem, or sit and look in the garden, or cry if they need to. I want them to know that my garden welcomes them and heals in its own way. This is truly one of the things God gave us that never ends.
Yes.
There's a million flowers. And every zone has a different thing going on.
Yeah.
In the winter, I want to be tropical, though. If God could make that happen, like zone 5 in the summer, but maybe zone 8 in the winter, would be really cool.
That would be neat.
With climate change, I may be getting that. I don't know, you know. But I encourage that for folks. You know, be your own gardener. And if your garden's a little wild and people go, "Why do you raise thistles?" Just know in your head that those people need help. You are normal.
Yes. Well, Tanya, I have enjoyed touring your garden today. Thank you so much for letting us come and video with you and learn about your garden and how you garden. And it's just been a pleasure.
I love that you've come, and I love that you folks said the first time you walked in the garden that it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
That meant the world to me. It just did.
Well, we will see you in the next one. Everyone have a good day. Goodbye.